In his 83rd year, Harrison Ford finally comes clean about Carrie Fisher. Born July 13, 1942 in Chicago, Illinois, Harrison Ford is among the most iconic and long-standing figures of Hollywood history. He was raised in a middle-class family, the son of Dorothy, a homemaker and former radio actress, and Christopher Ford, an advertising executive and former actor. Rooted in a heritage that was part Irish, part German, and part Jewish, Ford's own background provided him with a down-to-earth sense of identity that would eventually be transferred into the rough-and-tumble authenticity of the characters he played. Though he never excelled in school and didn't quite star academically, he found his passion for drama while attending Ripon College in Wisconsin, in which one drama course sparked his interest in acting. This newfound interest provided him with the confidence to relocate to Los Angeles in the mid-1960s, where he was contracted to Columbia Pictures and started his slow upward struggle in the entertainment business. Ford's early Hollywood years were not starry-eyed. He played a string of small, frequently uncredited parts in television programs and films, laboring diligently as he supported himself as a carpenter in order to feed his young family. What is most inspiring about his tale is that even during these hard years, Ford never lost focus or desire to hone his craft. His luck came soon enough when he met director George Lucas, who cast him in a supporting role for American Graffiti 1973. The opportunity that seemed so minute in nature proved to be the door to his destiny, for it gave him a chance to meet Lucas and Francis Ford Coppola's artistic circle and eventually led him to the role that would alter his life forever. In 1977, Harrison Ford shot to fame when he played Han Solo in George Lucas's Star Wars Episode IV, A New Hope. With his caustic wit, unapologetic charm, and daredevil courage, Ford brought the character to life, turning Han Solo into one of cinema's best-loved icons. The success of Star Wars made him not only a household name, but also illustrated his particular talent for marrying roguish charm with a deep sense of vulnerability. The sequels The Empire Strikes Back 1980 and Return of the Jedi 1983 solidified him as a worldwide superstar and one of the iconic faces of the franchise. As Star Wars propelled him to global stardom, Harrison Ford diversified his career further by collaborating with yet another cinematic legend, Steven Spielberg, to build another legendary character in the form of Indiana Jones. Emerging in Raiders of the Lost Ark 1981, Ford's depiction of the whip-wielding, fedora-topped archaeologist introduced another level to his career. Indiana Jones became the archetype of old Hollywood heroism, both brave and clever and blemished, which appealed to people of all ages. Follow-ups like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom 1984, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade 1989, and more recently Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull 2008, and Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny 2023, made sure that Ford would continue to be a cultural icon to several generations. In addition to his blockbuster performances, Ford has also established himself as an accomplished actor with a wide-ranging dramatic talent. He provided a chillingly subtle performance as Rick Deckard in Ridley Scott's Blade Runner 1982, a film that, although initially controversial, is now one of the most groundbreaking works of science fiction ever created. He also gave outstanding performances in award-winning movies like Witness 1985, for which he was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actor, The Fugitive 1993, that was a huge box office hit and bagged several awards, and Clear and Present Danger 1994, in which he played the multifaceted character of Jack Ryan. These performances proved that Ford was not just a blockbuster action star, but also a seasoned actor with a capacity for depth, subtlety, and emotional nuance. Beyond his cinematic life, Harrison Ford has also been regarded for his personal integrity, modesty, and humanitarian acts. Even with his staggering popularity, he has lived mostly outside of Hollywood limelight, respecting privacy and simplicity. He has given much of his time to environmental issues, particularly in his efforts working with Conservation International, where he has been a member of the board and openly been an advocate for climate change and the preservation of biodiversity. He is also a skilled pilot, frequently employing his flying abilities in order to aid in rescue operations and humanitarian missions, further illustrating that his heroism transcends far beyond the big screen. As he has grown older, Ford has only continued to embrace his legacy while continuing to challenge himself with new characters. What makes his career remarkable is not only the iconic roles that he has played, but how consistently he has been able to stay relevant in a constantly changing industry. Even well into his 80s, Ford has remained engaged and committed to work, reappearing in roles such as Han Solo in Star Wars, The Force Awakens 2015, and back in the realm of Blade Runner in Blade Runner 2049 2017. Much to the excitement of fans, Harrison Ford's life off-screen has been every bit as action-packed and vibrant as his on-screen life. Filled with 3 marriages, 5 children, and a life spent balancing the glamour of Hollywood stardom with more subdued family time. His own path in love and relationships mirrors as much the progression of time as the development of a man who is able to be both one of the most marketable stars in film and a father who cared deeply about his children. His first marriage was to wed college sweetheart Mark Ward in 1964, years before his leading role as Han Solo in Star Wars. They were married for 15 years until 1979, when Ford was yet to establish his position in the entertainment world before eventually becoming a household name. They had 2 sons together. Their first child, Benjamin, was born in 1966, while the second child, Willard, was born in 1969. Though their marriage did not survive divorce, both of the sons achieved lives of their own reflective of their own business acumen and separate from their father's celebrity. The older of the 2, Benjamin Ford, used his creativity and discipline in the culinary world. He was a well-respected chef and restaurateur and co-owned Ford's Filling Station, a gastropub which gained popularity for its creative food and friendly ambience. One of its outlets was located within Terminal 5 of Los Angeles International Airport, providing travelers a special dining experience associated with the Ford name. Benjamin's career illustrates a love of food and hospitality that matches in its own way his father's commitment to craft. The younger son, Willard Ford, pursued a different avenue, showing himself to be a generalist entrepreneur. He was the owner of the Ludwig Clothing Company, a firm that established its niche in the fashion industry. Prior to this, Willard demonstrated an eclectic business mind by having run Strong Sports Gym, a sports-oriented business, as well as the Kim Sing Theater, a historic Los Angeles theater that he assisted in converting into a multi-purpose venue. His business endeavors show an adventurous nature not so different from that of his screen character's father, though in the realms of enterprise and society instead of film. His second wife was Melissa Matt, a renowned screenwriter who wrote the screenplay for Steven Spielberg's darling classic E.T., The Extraterrestrial. They were wedded in March 1983, a marriage that went on for almost 2 decades before they broke up in 2000 and their eventual divorce in 2004. They had 2 children, a boy Malcolm, born in 1987, and a girl Georgia in 1990. Their family life ran parallel to some of Ford's most hectic years working as an actor, yet he remained devoted to fatherhood. Malcolm went on to have a music career, and Georgia pursued other creative endeavors of her own, carrying on the artistic family legacy for both parents. In 2015, Melissa Matt died, a loss that was deeply felt by Ford, who always referred to her with a sense of respect for her work and the time they spent together. In 2002, Harrison Ford began a new chapter of his life as he met actress Callista Flockhart at the Golden Globe Awards. Flockhart, previously well established as a result of her role in the TV series Ally McBeal, and Ford created a relationship that was soon one of Hollywood's greatest romance stories. After being together for a few years, Ford asked her out for Valentine's Day weekend in 2009, revealing his softer side amid his daily rugged, stoic public image. They exchanged vows on June 15, 2010 in Santa Fe, New Mexico, where Ford was shooting the science fiction Western Cowboys and Aliens. Marriage accelerated companionship and fatherhood once again as Flockhart had adopted Liam, a son, in 2001 prior to knowing him. Ford adopted the role of Liam's father with complete enthusiasm, bringing him up as his own. Ford and Flockhart split their time today between Los Angeles and Wyoming, but their heart remains in the big, wide, open spaces of the American West. They live on a huge 800-acre ranch in Jackson, Wyoming, which Ford has owned since the 1980s. His love of the land and desire to preserve it resulted in him giving away about half of the ranch as a nature reserve, so that the beautiful wilderness will remain intact for generations to come. The ranch provides the couple with seclusion and an escape from the chaos of Hollywood, while their location in the Brentwood neighborhood of Los Angeles means they can stay connected to the industry when necessary. This equilibrium of